Hi, I'm Sam. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're talking all things temperature blanket, but specifically all things my temperature blanket pattern. So back in 2021, I designed this super cool Tunisian temperature blanket. I'm obsessed with it, but I worked on this during a Facebook Live for my old company, so I don't have that information anymore. So what I did was I wrote a blog post up, and then I'm creating this video to kind of go into more details. So I'm going to show you the hooks that I use, the yarn that I use, and then I'm using last year's temperature blanket that I'm currently working on. I'm about halfway done with it, to show you some more of the details. So yeah, we're gonna get into that in just a second. I am gonna show you my Excel spreadsheet, and then like I said, the hooks and the yarn that I use, and yeah, let's get into it. Okay, this is what my Excel spreadsheet looks like, and you can see on the far left I have each week, and then I have the dates for that week, and then right to the right of that I have all of the temperatures for each day of the week. When you go all the way over to the right, you'll see the high and the low temperature, and that's just showing you whatever the highest temperature for that week was and whatever the lowest temperature for that week was. And how I do it is each row I'll do a forward pass and one return pass of the highest temperature, and then the middle is the high and the low, and then the third row is the low. So that way it represents each section, and then a nice little blend in the middle. And then you'll see on the far right side I have the key, and the key just tells you which colors represents which temperature range. So what I did is I divided all of the average, or what the average temperature was, and I divided it up into 16-degree increments, and that way each 16 degrees was a different color because it changes quite a bit in Seattle. So that's just what worked for me. You can do 10-degree increments, you can go even more scientific and figure it all out. I don't even know how, but I'm sure there's an even more in-depth way to do it. But this is the way that I did it. And like I said, you can Google all different kinds of temperature blankets, but this is how I made mine. Okay, so next up we have the hooks that I use. So I use the Denise interchangeable crochet hook set. It comes with all of the sizes that I need. I have this one out right now because this is the size that I'm using for my temperature blanket, which is a 6.5 millimeter. It has all of the stoppers, and then it has all of the cables and the joiners that I would need for pretty much any project, including blankets, which obviously is what I'm working on now. But there are a ton of different types of hook sets you can get. You can get wooden ones, plastic ones, metal ones. I just prefer this one because it's interchangeable and it has all the sizes that I need. But if you're just starting out, I recommend getting like a basic wooden hook in like a 6.5 or a 7 or 8 millimeter, because you're gonna want a bigger hook size to make sure that you have enough room for all the stitches and they don't get bunched up and they don't get messy. And then next up we have the yarn that I used. I'm using the Knit Picks Brava worsted weight yarn. This is a size 4. It's 100% acrylic, machine wash and tumble dry. I love this for blankets. It says, oh, there's fuzzies on it. It is machine wash and dryable. I've washed my original temperature blanket probably 15 or 16 times since I've made it, and it's held up wonderfully. So yeah, I highly recommend this yarn. You can use any worsted weight. I just recommend Brava because I've worked with it before, but Red Heart would work, Karen would work. Any of those worsted weight yarns, a size 4 yarn would be perfect for this. If you use a DK, it'll come out a little bit smaller, and if you use a bulky, it'll come out a little bit bigger. But worsted or any of those will work just fine. And yeah, so go pick out your yarn colors. I recommend having at least 6, but you can have as many as you want or as few as you want. It just depends on how much you want to change colors in your blanket. But yeah, so as you can see, I'm just doing my forward pass right now. I just finished halfway through on this blanket. So I'm just working on the Tunisian simple stitch. I did just create a how to do Tunisian crochet video, so if you want, go check that out, and it'll show you the basics, which is all I use. I just use the Tunisian simple stitch for my forward pass, and then I just do the return pass like normal. And like I said, all of that's over on that video, and I have the gauge, the measurements, links to things and all of that over on the blog post. So there's some Icora hair. So if you want to go check that out, I'll have that linked below. And then yeah, this is super short, super simple, but I wanted to get you the information for my temperature blanket. And yeah, I hope this helps, and make sure if you do make one, you tag me in it, because I think they're absolutely beautiful. I love the definition. Like, this is the lowest temperature, this is the blend of the middle, and then this is the high for the week. So it's just really cool to see how they change throughout the months. I don't know. And then the blue here is my separator. I do 3 rows of like a divider color just so I can separate out the different sections. But yeah, so that is all of my temperature blanket information. If you do have any questions, just leave those in the comments below. And if not, I will see you in the next video. Okay, but seriously, I know this was a really fast video, but I do appreciate you all asking me for any tutorials or any information because I love making videos for you. So thank you, and I hope you have a good week. Bye!